Hello, YouTube. All right, I haven't been filming me working because I've been kind of rushing because I don't have a lot of time and I want to get this floor done so that you don't fall through. I don't know if you recall, the floor was extremely bad and mattresses and cushions were everywhere. So I spent the better half of today just taking the mattresses and trying to lay them where they go. That looks like the bedding mattress goes up there. It looks like they also have the mattresses for the dinette area here, which is really nice. These are all, I think, reupholstered. So, and this is the seating area. I sort of kind of figured it out. So only that part needs to be reupholstered. The rest of it here is reupholstered. The other issue was with the floor. There was a big gaping hole here all the way up to there, and you can see I filled it in with wood. And it is kind of an irregular shape, so I'm kind of doing it slowly. You can see here, you gotta push that back out here, but basically, I measured the rough size and cut it. Then I brought the piece in and laid it out, and I'm actually cutting it to try to fit it right into the hole. It's not like a perfect fit because I'm not a very good carpenter. I just need to be good enough. But so it's a fairly good fit right here, but you know, the wood is slightly warped, so it's kind of flexing up. And then this one was some weird Texas shape piece. And what I did was I had to measure all the perimeter of where the hole, because what they had done was they cut out the weird shape when the wood had rotted, and they removed it, and it's missing. So I'm trying to replace it with a new piece of ODM board or whatever it is, and trying to get it to cut the fit. And you can see I didn't get it perfect, and what happened is I measured it and then I cut it and it was off here. So I'm drawing lines to make it fit in. So you can see I'm gonna take this piece back out and cut it right along that line right there, so it'll fit in this hole. But there's gonna be a little gap here, which I'll have to fill with wood filler or a piece of chipped wood or something. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna put laminate board or something on top of this, vinyl or laminate board. I haven't decided yet, and I don't know if I'm gonna put that that smooth board, I forget what it's called, to level it off before I put the laminate board. If you guys know if I should do that or not, let me know if I haven't gotten to it. You know, it'll make costs go up, but I think it'll make the floor smoother, flatter, so you don't get ridges and bumps in it. The other thing is I may use tiles, cheap peel-off vinyl tiles, because they're kind of easier to deal with, you know, so. But see, this definitely needs to go flat down because you don't want to step on it and have it pop up. So I got to somehow bolt it down or screw it in or something. But, you know, underneath is like metal or possibly, what's that stuff? Insulation. So this is kind of how I'm making it fit. I made the initial measurements. Then I laid the piece over, and of course it went over. And I'm slowly trimming it, you know, millimeter by millimeter to get it in. And here I kind of messed up. You can see there's a gap there. So I may have to put a slab of wood in there to fill that gap. So when you walk over it, there isn't a gap right here. And I'm going to be making a new step. So I'm just going to make another bottom one in the side little area here. And then people can get in and out without fear of falling through the floor. That was the most important thing right now, was to get the floor so people do not fall through. Because before, if you walked on the insulation, there's a chance that you would fall through. I don't know if it hit metal underneath or if it just goes straight down through. I don't know how they do the framing. But all I know is I didn't want a chance stepping on it without having wood like this. And luckily the ODM that I managed to get, Mad Max gave it to me, is actually the right thickness, so they matching up perfectly. See how it's like level here? It's matching up with the old piece. So once that's all done, the floor has been, you know, once the floor has been stabilized, and I'm sure you're not going to fall through the floor, my next thing is to try to tackle this rear wall and close up all the holes and reinforce it. I don't think I'm going to rebuild it exactly like it was originally, even though John, the owner, left me the parts. But they're kind of dirty and broken and bent. Like here, I think there is more cabinets that go over here. Like another cabinet that goes up. But I'm not going to put the cabinet here. I think I'm going to just leave it like this. Although there's some kind of piping there that needs to be covered. So I may just go ahead and put a wall here. Because I kind of like having a little wall to walk in and, you know, like you can kind of walk out of the bed. Or you can use that, I guess, for cabinets. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. The main thing will be to get this thing insulated and closed off so it doesn't look so bad. When you see like this, it just looks terrible. You know, everything looks really bad when you can see it all exposed like that. So I'm going to try to get some that not particle board, but that thin little smooth wood and put it in and just basically do the same with the ceiling. And I know it looks bad right now, and normally you should just tear it all down and redo it, but I don't have the money. You know, I just don't have the funds or the time, because I basically am trying to finish this within a couple weeks. 1 or 2 weeks. I'm trying to build it to make it livable within 1 week. Matter of fact, you know, once I get this floor leveled and cleared off, I'm going to put the bed in there and I can start sleeping in here. So it's being built as I'm in it. So that's not the most ideal, but you know, I'm doing that just because this is a lot more comfortable to sleep in than Little Blue 2. And I'm in process of trying to see what's wrong with the system and what needs to be done, and learning how the RV works. So it's missing a lot of components. Everything's all disconnected. It does have air conditioning, but it's obviously not working. So I'm going to have to figure out how, you know, what is this? It goes to the controls probably. You know, maybe on off or something. But that seems to be missing too, the bottom part here. So I don't know where that is. If it's totally missing, because I don't see it anywhere, then I've got an issue. I won't be able to run the AC, at least not normally, not properly. But it could be just that the AC is controlled here on the thermostat. So this is all stuff I'm going to have to learn. You know, I have no clue. I have no clue how all this works and what it all is. Everything's discombobulated. Nothing's wired. Everything's, even the electrical wiring is all off the wall and the ceiling and stuff, as you can see there. The fan's missing from here. So if there ever was a fan here. So this is all stuff that I have to learn. Or I'm just going to make up my own, which is probably more than likely what's going to happen. I'll make my own wiring and, you know, for the lighting and stuff. Not the vehicle, but the lighting for the house light, basically, into my own electrical system. I'm planning on going mostly with a house battery system. I'm going to try to figure out where I'm going to mount the house batteries and set up, you know, like a battery bank somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be up here or back there somewhere, but plan on using solar power mostly. Basically, this vehicle, the more off-grid I can make it, the better. I'm going to try to make it as off-grid as possible. So standalone, off-grid, you know, self-contained is my hope. So it may not do everything a regular RV can do, you know, but it should be able to live without a city hookup, power and water and stuff. At least that's the plan. You may have a composting toilet instead of what's there right now, which, you know, it's a mess in there. Pretty gross, pretty nasty. So that's going to have to be cleaned out and converted, I think, to composting, because I don't think I want the sewer system, you know, with black water and stuff like that, gray water, black water. It may have gray water. I don't know. I'm debating how I want to reconnect everything, because I'm not sure how the old system was connected, and if it is still connected, it's easier for me to just wire it and connect it all myself. Then I know exactly where everything is and where it goes. Or I can try to hook everything up and see if it all comes on, you know. I would like to try to get the gas stove and oven working, because that would allow me to cook using that nice range, you know, that nice stove here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to use another system. But yeah, look at that. It's got a 3-burner stove. It's fairly new, too. So if I can get the LP gas system working, I will be so happy. Because that to me is a very nice thing. And it'll be nice to try to get it going. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for now as far as what filming, but I have to take this piece back out, trim the piece that I just drew the line to try to make it fit through, and then try to hammer it in and then finish the step ladder area, the step up here, this little step well, clean all that out, put in some new wood, and I think the floor is mainly done, at least not done, but done enough that you can walk up. Like right now, it's just so much easier to walk up here and not, I'm gonna have to walk up here and not have to deal with falling through, which had been the issue yesterday and last night when I came here to take a look at this place. So by having the floor leveled, I need to cut a vent. I forgot there's a vent right here, so I got to cut the vent hole. I think the vent, I don't know if it's for AC or if it's for heat. I think it's probably for heat, the heating system. But I don't even know if I'm going to hook all that up. It would be nice to have a heating system. Then you can take this, in cold climate and run the heater, just like a house. But, I'm not sure how the wiring is and what the status of everything is right now, because everything was just dismantled. Like, this is really nasty. It's really nasty. I am simply going to try to put the vents and stuff back up, close it up, get some wood, the thin little clear, the thin flat smooth surface stuff, and put it up here and make it look nice. And then I might even put some bracing poles, or I might even use thicker wood, plywood or something, because I want the roof kind of strong enough so that if I go up on the roof I can stand on it if I need to. So I think if I go over that thin stuff, it'll break right through, because this is just the thin little plastic up there. That is the roof itself. So I may have to use some plywood, but then that would make the weight kind of top heavy. So those are just some concerns. Or, use a support, or just make a support beam that runs the length of the RV, or most of the length, like the living room area, so that if I go up and walk around on the roof, it's not going to fall through. Because I plan on being on the roof to do some work, like to install solar panels and stuff like that. That's the hope, at least. Eventually I'll get enough money saved up, because I wanted to try to have at least 400 watts. I'm going to try to get at least 400 watts, if not more, maybe 600 watts, but at least 400 watts of power and between 200 to 400 amp hour of battery storage. Ideally, if I could get 1,000, I would, but I don't think I can afford it. So for me, trying to get it to, if I even got it like at 400, I would be happy. 400 watts of solar, 400 amp hour batteries. That would be excellent. I don't think you could run the air conditioning on it, but you'd have enough to run pretty much TV, lights, and stuff. And hopefully the system charges fast enough, and then during the daytime. The other thing is to also have a generator for backup charging and running stuff. So we'll see what happens. If I can get the LP gas thing working, then I can have a working refrigerator, because I think this thing works off gas or electric. So maybe put it on electric mode if the 400 watts, 400 amp hour batteries are enough. I don't know. I doubt it. But I think LP gas may be the way to go. But then that means constantly having to refuel LP gas every so often. But that would be the price you pay for the convenience of having a refrigerator, which I think is worth it. And a stove, which I think is worth it. So, it's like a cost of living for living in a house. Except this house happens to be tiny and on wheels. And it still had mechanical issues, which we're going to deal with. But at least, hopefully, it will be livable. Even if it doesn't run so well. Livable. Then we're going to work on the mechanics. Because I have to live in it more than I have to drive it around the country. So until next time, everyone, take care. I hope you found this video interesting, if not informative. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just knowing that to cut these weird shapes, I measured it out. I tried to cut it. I overcut. I made the piece a little bit too big on purpose, kind of. And then I kind of eyeball, and I've been trimming it slowly. But you can see even this is still off. but it'll just have a little tiny piece, and I guess I could fill it with foam or something, or another little piece of wood or something to wedge in there, you know. And then I'm gonna lay, I think I'm gonna lay that floor on it. I don't know if I'm gonna put laminate right on top, or I'm gonna lay another layer of floor to make it smooth, and then lay the laminate or tiles or whatever on that. It'll cost more, but I think it'll look better. It'll make the floor a lot smoother, so you don't have bumps and ridges in the floor, at least not as noticeable. So that's the plan. So hopefully next episode, when you see, you're going to see that I finished the stairwell area, and this is now done, and I've started working on the back wall, because I think that's the big thing, is patching those holes in the back wall, and then also the ceiling. And then I will have to coat the entire roof and any sides that I see where holes are, to get that all sealed so this thing does not leak and repeat what happened previously. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Let me know what you think about the floor, if I should put in another layer here. I'm definitely not going to put carpeting in. I'm going to go with laminate, or, you know, laminate or those little square tiles. Laminate tiles, probably. Well, take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.